Lost Mine Podcast.
Greetings.
Hi.
It is me, Landon.
It's me, Lucas.
We're talking about Pokemon cards today, as per usual. I've got my Strictly Better water here.
Nah, he's like actually crazy for drinking that.
I got a Soda Stream for my birthday like a month ago from my grandma, and I've just been drinking like exclusively carbonated water at home because it is just better, and it's got some TV static in it, and I love it very much.
It's whack.
It's delectable,
No,
and it makes
it's
me
just
burp,
bad.
so I can burp the alphabet easier, which is sick. But
That might actually be the only upside.
maybe. Do you know what's happening this weekend, Lucas?
Milwaukee Regionals.
Milwaukee Regionals.
That's crazy.
With the new Mega Evolution set legal.
Whoa. That's wild.
That's pretty Sigma.
Honestly, I could never have predicted this.
Really?
No.
So, is it just so happening to be possible that we'll be doing a tier list for this event?
Yeah,
Wow,
we might be. There is a chance.
that's pretty cool. Should we start off with a little recap of our recent tournaments, though, in case
Yes, we
anyone
should.
cares?
I don't think they do, but let's
I
go.
don't care. This is our podcast.
Okay, wait. So
you
2
gotta
weeks.
listen to it.
They have to.
If they want to listen to the podcast, they got to hear us yap about our tournaments.
Real. So it was like it's been 2 weeks.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, we recorded on Monday. Has there been anything that we've gone to? I went to a
We went to
cup
the League
yesterday.
Challenge at Zephyr. I've been to a
Oh yeah, the League
been to
Challenge at Zephyr.
League and a Challenge. I think I did bad at both of them. Oh,
He
I
sucks.
went to another league that I went 3-0 at with Grim, but
He sucks.
I've been playing a lot of Grim at locals, and it's been sad because I can't play Lilies yet, and the deck feels terrible for Lilies. Not terrible,
right.
but it's just
It's not
noticeably way less consistent, and I've just been losing to Bricks,
Yep.
which is the deck. But feels like every time I play Grim and I draw decently well, I win the game. And
I agree. Grim felt
you'll
pretty good.
see in the list I have an example later that I've been very worried about drawing well. I have a lot of supporter cards in my list, which we'll see if it's correct or not.
I
But,
mean, it seems pretty good. Like Grim's only weakness was like drawing cards.
yeah, so my theory is if I'm drawing cards every turn, I should be winning. So we'll get to that later on, but we're going to start with a quick little tier list here.
Whoa, what? I didn't say anything about my tournaments, bro.
I know, just like
Okay.
we're going to start with our tier list. We're going to let Lucas yap about his tournaments, and then we're going to go over some of our favorite decks for this format and events. Just quickly at the end, just some of the lists that we've been playing in tournaments. And
Not quickly at the end. It's just when we bring it up.
Sure.
Yeah.
Very Sigma.
Very Sigma. I went to a couple leagues and a league challenge and a league cup. One of the leagues I played Control, went 401. I know it was cringe. It was the only new format deck I had built.
You want to tell them about that tournament, Lucas?
Sorry, you're making me smile. My lip's gonna crack, bro.
Do you want to tell them? You can tell them, or you don't have to if you don't want to. I'll let you.
I hit Landen at 3-0 in league, and he slow played the living hell out of me.
I did not slow play. I took my allotted time as per the Play Pokemon Compendium for each game action.
You know
because
that
this
when
guy's playing Control at regular League.
You know that when he starts saying that, he's slow playing the hell out of you. When people start saying, "Oh yeah, I'm using my allocated time," you know, he's slow playing. I mean, yeah, it was cringe. I was playing Control at a league. I understand, but it's still cringe.
Lucas was crashing out hardcore.
Bro, I was so mad.
He was so mad. Except for Lucas will neglect to tell you how egregiously he played me at a league a little while ago to a tie in a game that he could never win. So
It was a league challenge, right?
I think it was for points.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was a
So
challenge.
you were being terrible.
I wasn't even doing it intentionally. I was playing Zolwar
Bro was taking 1+ minutes per game action multiple times, and I was calling the judge on him.
twice. I was playing
Nothing happened.
I was playing Zolwark for the first time that night, and I.
It was mirror. He was getting farmed hardcore.
Kind of. I mean, you were like egregiously rushing me, which is where I was
Not
making
egregiously
a few
rushed.
mistakes.
I was like, I have my watch out count, and this guy was taking more than 15 seconds every time.
Yeah,
I counted
every
a 2+
time,
minute.
every time it hit exactly 15 seconds, you would tell me to speed up.
Only because the start of the game you were taking way too long. After the 2-minute deck search that wasn't your initial, it was on.
That what?
It was crazy.
Dude, there's no way I did that. I think that was because I was price checking, and yeah, initially. Sometimes I don't do it on my initial search, but I price check later on in the turn. And at that point, I hadn't been asking people if I could price check during their turn, and it was taking a lot more time
You know
during
there
my
is
turn.
no rule saying you can take more than 15 seconds. to
Guys,
price
don't
check.
do that. You're a jerk if you actually are telling people to not.
I have a little
to
tangent
stop.
to go on.
Okay.
I am going to be an absolute shark about time rules because of the +1 thing. It's ridiculous.
Actually, +1 makes it. I've noticed that there's a lot less ties because people are speeding up. Somehow.
I mean, sure.
But if people
in
just
a best
like
of 3,
if
but this
people-
is a best of 1 only experience. You have not played a best of 3 event in
yes,
that yet. Best of 3, 50 minutes +1 is crazy work. You are never finishing real 3 games. You are never finishing 3 games for real in 50 +3. But the amount of times that you finished in the last turn of time with +3 was quite significant from my personal experience, at least.
There was a
so
lot.
there are a crazy amount of players. I'm not going to throw shade, but I have crazy beef with the culture we've bred about time being taken for like deck searches and thinking and just like being perceived as a jerk for calling someone out on breaking the rules and cheating. Like I am officially of the rules, like of the opinion that it is cheating to use more than you're legally allowed a lot of time.
Well, no, I don't think that that's exactly the case, because cheating is meaning that you have malicious intent.
I mean, is it? Not really. You can cheat on accident.
I mean, you can cheat on accident, but I think using the term like...
I'm not saying it's automatically
I think that we
malicious.
should just create a better word for that, because
If
cheating
we're
typically
at
is looked
a
at as
sanctioned
malicious
event,
intent.
especially a regionals for money, like thousands and thousands of dollars on the line, I'm going to be expecting my opponent plays by the rules, and I will be doing the same. So, regardless...
I think that there are some ways that you can get around it. Like, I did notice that at some tournaments that we were playing, when I was playing against you, I asked, like, yo, can I price check on your turn? You said no to that. And I don't know if that was just because it's me and you like trolling me.
Yeah, it was just trolling.
Okay. Good. So
I still think that's an issue. Like, if you can't price check in a lot of time, then you just shouldn't price check. Like, I think
it's
we need to be more like, if we're going to be...
It benefits both players then. Like, if you're I don't know. It definitely helps out the newer, like, people who are price checking. Like, if this is your first regional, you're just starting to price check. Going like, oh, can I price check during your turn is nice, because then if you're slower at it, it's not just going to eat up time. And I don't really see that as much of a problem. And if both people can do it, then it's just like a net gain.
So I think there's problems that arise from you price checking during your opponent's turn, because you're focused on something else. Your opponent says yes and then has malicious intent. You're distracted. They then palm a card. You have no idea because you're checking your deck.
Well, yeah, but that's just something that you sign away to when you say,
but
can
we
I
shouldn't
price
be
check during your
normalizing
turn?
that, because, like...
I mean, that's not ideal, but when you're the one saying, can I price check during your turn, you accept that you're not going to be paying as much attention.
I guess so. I ultimately don't think it's like that big of a deal. I just think that we should either change the time rules or just expect everyone follows them. Like,
I agree.
That we're having to like make these funny little like rule sets or exceptions.
We have
and stuff.
we have to make exceptions all the time, just because if we weren't and we were to play strictly by the rules, like the rules say you can't. I'm pretty sure the rules say you can't be in your deck while it's your opponent's turn, but like it's kind of an area where the judges are okay with it. So you have to do that, or else you're just going to eat away at all of the time by game 2.
Yeah, and I know like a lot of people will say, oh, I'm thinking I need the extra time. But if you need time outside of the legally allotted amount of time, then if you can't make the correct play in that time, then you have to make an incorrect play. Like, I think part of the game at that premier level is making the correct decision in your amount of time. I don't think you should be given an infinite or pseudo-infinite amount of time to make a decision if it's a hard one.
And I think like having that once or twice in a game for both players is fine.
Sure, and I'm not going to be like on it, but people will take this leniency that you want to give them and stretch it as far as they can. And every time you are more lenient with someone or give them that opportunity to have that a lot more time, they're going to take that and try and stretch it and stretch it and stretch it and stretch it. And again, I'm not going to name names, but top players are terrible for this. There is so many examples on stream of people egregiously abusing the clock to their advantage and never getting punished for it, and it drives me nuts. So I'm over it. If you're slow playing against me, the judge is getting called. They're watching for pace of play. This is not a threat. It is a statement. There you go.
Yeah, that whole system is also just terrible.
Yeah.
Like, that system's so bad because they can't just they can't stand there and just watch your game for the entirety of
I mean, you can request it, and I will... I'm over being, like,
you can't
nice for this. Like, if we're playing for this much stuff on the line, if we're playing for Travel of Worlds invites, tens of thousands of dollars sometimes, clouts, like limitless pages, prestige.
Okay, limitless
so
pages.
Look
at that was a Mickey ass.
There's
reason.
So much. No.
Limitless pages is such a Mickey.
If you're trying to do coaching, if you're trying to make yourself legitimate, like a lot of people, this is like their first breakout performance for them getting a limitless page or whatever. This is there's a lot on the line.
But you just shouldn't care about limitless pages.
I don't personally, but a lot of people do. I'm just trying to make a point. There is so much on the line at these large events, and I'm over like. It's serious. Like it's there needs to be
and there is a middle ground between just like not being a terrible person and
I don't think it's like I'm over it. I'm not a terrible person for enforcing the rules. I'm not.
Yeah, I agree.
Like if I'm asking you to play by the rules,
if you overdo it, it's like kind of annoying. But other than that,
if it's annoying, I don't care.
Well, yeah, I mean
like,
obviously there is some leniency that you give just for a couple decisions, but like I don't think that you should. You can be harsh while giving some leniency.
I just think that's kind of how we got to this situation. Yeah. And I think if people abuse it, and I'm over it. Anyway, that's the end of my rant.
It's kind of a good point. Because a lot of people...
I'm enforcing the rules as they're written because other people will do that to me, and I'm kind of over being taken advantage of, is essentially what I'm saying. But,
okay,
tier list. Time. Milwaukee, Mega Evolutions are legal. There's a bunch of new decks. I think Sarah Ledge is probably like the biggest like breakout deck right now.
Cerulege is really good.
It's pretty good. It might be just like the better Dengo-esque deck, like stage 1 aggro deck that sits pretty low maintenance, 1 energy attacker.
Yeah, the only downside, the thing that I like about wrong. You do this every time.
I do this every time.
You do this every time. We can start with Cerulege. I have a list up for Cerulege right here. I think the deck's really good. The only thing I don't like about it is that it feels like your turn 1 Soul Rocks are way weaker than Goldango because you just like Goldango can grab Trolley Air Balloon off Arvin and just like do it every time. But Cerulege is like, guys, please start Soul Rock.
True. So I think we kind of need to like very distinctly like pro and con this between Dengo and Cerulege because they're very similar decks. They have different strengths, different weaknesses, but again, they're very similar. They do the same thing most of the time. By saying that, I mean stage 1 attacker, 1 energy attack, based off of lots of energies in your deck, doing lots of damage, and no real non-linear game plan. Mm-hmm. Advantages of Cerulege, you'll see we have Legacy Energy, Turo, Briar. So we have a lot of ways to take extra prize cards and or deny them taking extra prizes.
The prize manipulation of Cerulege is like basically unmatched with the rest of the format.
Yeah, and I'm like, you do just have to draw these cards, but if you look at the list, we're drawing 3 per turn off of Lunatone. We're ideally going first and playing a Carmine, using a Squawk maybe. We have Fez every turn, so we are drawing quite a bit of cards. We are drawing a lot less than Dengo, though. That is a downside that I see with this. You have a lot less like onboard strength, while also having more onboard strength because your attack isn't based off your hand, it's based off the discard.
Yeah, and I think Dengo, it kind of nullifies it when Cerulege is playing off of board in the late game. Because Goldango, the reason you need so much early game draw, just so much draw in general, is because your entire combo is I need to hit like double superior every turn in the late game. And this deck doesn't really need to do that.
My problem with this deck, it's way less good at chaining boss, which Dengo in the previous format was really good at. Like, you could go turn 1, boss their stage 1, turn 2, boss their stage 1. You could very easily be just chaining boss because you're drawing, like, naturally 4, 5, 6 cards a turn without Fez, while also thinning, like, a bunch of Pokemon, all your energies with Eastridge Pro, and you also have, like, bundle access really easily. You're not going to be able to, like, chain these supporters like you could with Dengo. But Lucas is right, you're playing off the board, you don't have to dig for superior, which is just an attachment away of your damage. Although one thing I do dislike about Cerulege, your cap is way lower, it's way harder to hit those high numbers. Whereas Dengo's just like turn 2, 300, 350, 400 pretty easily off of Eastridge Pro in the previous format. That list is changing now, but early game damage suffers, late game damage is there, more onboard presence, I'd say. And the prize manipulation.
Yeah, prize manipulation is like, it's super hard to bat a blind eye to that, and Cerulege near the end of the game is able to like knock something out. So a good prize map with this deck is like Soul Rock take 1, boss take 2 on a Fez, and then like take 3 with Briar, or because you can basically force Briar out of every situation.
You with Legacy Turo.
Yeah, so you kind of want to just go like 1, 2, 3, or sometimes you can go like 1, 1, 2, 2.
Yeah, like you are, I think, overstating how easy it is to find Briar. Like, finding Briar in turn 3 every game without any Pokegear, like, you just have to draw.
Not turn 3.
That's turn 4 in that scenario, the 1, 2, 3. That's turn 4.
Yeah, turn 5, I'd say. Like, a lot of the time, like, this format's quite slow, and,
yeah.
like, you kind of can, like, I had some situations when I was, like, coaching a kid where you can, like, attach a treat into, like, Lunatone, attach a treat into Soul Rock, that buys you a turn, and then you can go, you know, take Knockout, or like especially in like the Goldango versus Cerulege matchup, which was the matchup we were testing. Soul Rock can go like boss kill Gimmighoul, and then you can go like 1, 2, 3, and you buy a couple turns from that. So you have quite a lot of time to find Briar, and in the matchups where you don't have a lot of time to find Briar, think like Goldango, think Bolt, stuff like that. It's not, your deck doesn't have as much pressure to like get energies into the discard pile. And you're more just like, okay, I just need to hit like Legacy, I just need to hit Briar. You know, I can boss something every turn. And the decks where you are where you do need more energies in the discard pile, you have more time because like Polt is way slower, Gardevoir is incredibly slow, and you just take a couple prizes with Soul Rock, and then you can go like swing, take a 2-prize knockout, Briar, swing.
Yeah, I think this deck's quite strong. Lunatone is very powerful. Discard an energy, draw 3 is synergizing your damage output and just drawing you 3 cards. And then obviously the Soul Rock attack is very strong.
And I do think it's worth it to like maybe mess around with the Azul build because he was playing like Drill Burrs and stuff, and then maybe you can cut jet energies for like balloons and switches because it feels like when you're able to Soul Rock on turn 1 with this deck, it's so good. But in every other situation, it's just it's like slightly weaker.
I think this is A tier.
I think this is A tier.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if this deck just completely flops as well. This kind of feels as giving like Raging Bolt energy, one of those like aggro decks that are going to be popular for newer players that don't have the time to test these really intricate decks like Guardy, Pult, Grim, maybe even Zard, that kind of stuff. I think Ceruledge is a pretty decent option, although there is definitely some tricks. You need to be careful with how many 2-prizes you're benching. Sometimes it's correct to evolve both your Ceruledge, sometimes it's not. There is some intricacy.
Kind of just like think about, how do I force them to go down to 2 prizes?
Yeah, how do you force them to beat the trick? You don't always have to Briar either.
Yeah, you don't need to Briar every game, but just like force them into a certain prize match.
Like in a 2-2-2 matchup, you can basically always force them to go take a 1 prize first. Like, so you can basically always out 2-2-2 people.
Or you can just like bench Squawk early because you need to, bench Fez, and then keep 1 Ceruledge and play with a Legacy energy. Yeah. And then make it so that they need to.
At some point that game, they'll have to go through a 1 prize.
Ideally, like if you don't want a Fez in play, like if you don't need a Fez in play, that's obviously better, because then if like a Ceruledge dies and you couldn't get a Legacy energy on it, it offers more leniency.
In my testing, also a Ceruledge, I've been using Squawk an extremely minimal amount. Like, I only really use it if my hand is completely dead. Because a lot of the time, you'd rather nest for a Lunatone and use it instead. Like,
yeah, and you'd also rather just not put Squawk in play because it offers so much like time.
It's a lot of liability. So yeah, that's Ceruledge. I think we can do Dusk.
Yeah, we'll do Pult Dusk.
I think this is probably still S tier.
Like, I don't think it's S tier. I think it goes down to A.
I think it is like. This and Guardia are still the 2 best decks in my mind by quite a bit.
I don't.
Do you disagree with that? I don't think.
I think Grimmsnarl is better than Pult and Guardy right now.
I don't think so. As the person that likes Grimmsnarl the most of the 2 of us, I think Gardevoir's still better. But
okay, maybe like I think Grimm's better than Pult Dusk at least.
Sure, I guess we could say that. Like, this is like, if it's not an S, it's the best deck in A tier, for me. Pult Dusk, obviously, there's the caveat of Psyduck, but also this is this Grimm and Guardy are the best Lilies decks by a lot. Any of these decks?
I disagree. I think Control's like definitely best Lily deck.
This guy's always talking about, I can't get enough of Control with this guy. Just Pult Dusk, Psyduck comes out, but you get Lily's Determination. You play pretty well, no other new cards. People are like, oh, Psyduck, but just go Hawlucha, kill it with Phantom Dive. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Oh, by the way, when he says that, he means put 6 on Psyduck, and then, like, with Phantom Dive, and then on the next turn, you Hawlucha, kill it, and then you can Dust more. I've also seen 60s play Klefkeys.
You have to be careful. If they're playing Monkey, though, you can't do that.
Yeah.
You have to be, like, sometimes it's better to just kill the Psyduck.
I've been seeing, like, Klefki and Pult Dusk decks.
I have also seen that.
With Jet Energies, sometimes, not all the time, but...
I don't think it's worth,
I really like Klefki and Pult Dusk right now.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth, like, altering your deck that much for a tech card people are maybe playing, that, like, people have played straight Pult for a long time anyways. Like, having to just play as a straight Pult deck with, like, 4 Ionos, multiple CCs, Monkey Dory, like, you don't care that much.
But I think Klefki is really good in Pult Dusk. I've played 0 games of it, but in theory, it seems good.
The problem I would have with Klefki is, like, I would never want to be caught playing Jet Energy and Pult. That sounds
no, I don't think that the list were playing Jet Energy, but
if
like they play Klefki.
If you have to retreat into Klefki, you can't Latias out of it. You'd have to, like, I feel like you'd end up burning a lot of attachments off Klefki, unless you're playing like Arvin Balloon. I do
think Arvin Balloon might be better in that situation.
Maybe. But
I just think Klefki has a lot of upside.
I don't talk about Pultner that much. Obviously,
super good in Klefki's really good into Grim. It's not that good into Grim. It's really good into Bolt. It's good into Ceruledge. It's good into Goldengo, because Goldengo shutting off Genesect and Lunatone has a lot of value. Good into Flareon. Yeah. But I think we can move on. Dango. Oh, yeah. I forgot about Dango, dude. Where do we even put this?
It's still an A tier.
Probably an A tier deck, right?
I'm not convinced that Ceruledge is better than Dango.
Yeah, I think it's safer to say, like, Dango's better.
Yeah. I think they're pretty well they're very close to the same. The big advantage is, like we were saying about Dango, way better damage output, like so much more consistent.
Better at looping boss, better at
just drawing cards.
Early knockouts, and good draw.
Yeah, this deck is, like, we know it's very powerful. It's very consistent. Like, you're getting multiple Dangos in turn 2 most games between Genesect and, like, Apophon. Like, it's so easy to get double Dango turn 2. And then you're just drawing 4 cards right away, attacking, usually for knockout. Super easy to boss. Like, Bundle's very good in this deck. Bundle's also good in Ceruledge. I was going to say that, but I forgot. I'm playing Bundle in my Ceruledge list right now. But
I'm not, but I would be interested in trying that.
I'm playing 3-boss Bundle just because, like, a lot of the time they present their only Pokemon that doesn't die to Ceruledge to the active, and then Bundle is just, I'll take a prize, which is quite strong. Yeah. But Dango, it's just, they're very similar decks. Both stage ones just has different strengths than Ceruledge. They have different reasons to play them, but they're very similar. I think Dango's better just because of the draw power.
Yeah. I can understand that, and I also think it's better because you can Soul Rock turn 1 more effectively.
Yeah, that too.
And that feels really good in this format. Okay, Gardevoir.
Guardy's
S tier.
Yeah. Do we want to put both the Guardy variants here?
No. No, we do not. Gardevoir Jellicent is like just better.
Okay, so do you want to do this?
I think Guardy goes.
You think?
Like Guardy. Okay, so Guardy Floon, Guardy Flutter. Sorry, I just thought Guardy was Guardy Jelly. I forgot that it still takes the two apart on here. I guess Guardy with like Flutter Devo is still fine, still good, but like
I don't think Drifloon's ever the like. I think Drifloon's
just mid.
Drifloon wasn't even good for Worlds.
It was so bad.
It was never good.
I was so sad.
Drifloon's always been bait, I think, but
I think it's still like maybe bottom of A. Like I think it's probably worse than Dango and Sailor Ledge. Maybe I have no idea.
Yeah,
Guardy Jelly is the one that's important.
Guardy Jelly is very good right now. Jelly is good into Mirror
Dango.
Match. It's good into Dengo. It's decent. Sailor Ledge doesn't play
really
that
good
many
into
items.
Poldusk.
Yeah. It's pretty good into
Grim. It's just good into a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, just turning off items.
Frillish Air Balloon is insane. You should buy a bunch of time.
Did you see the 2-1-2 list with Latios?
Yeah, I did see that.
List?
That seems pretty good.
Yeah, I
mean,
like
I don't know.
Surely you want third Ralts at least.
I don't know. Wait, what? He's playing 2 Ralts?
2 Ralts, yeah.
Bro.
I think that's fine as long as you never play Ralts.
I don't know the theory behind it, but like if Chow's playing it, it's probably
the theory is you play Latios. Like if you don't get Guardian play, just like turn to attack with 80 on Jelly is pretty good. Just attacking with Frillish, you just get to sit there. I think I like that list, but I would love to see third Ralts because like not being able to have 2 Ralts in play when you prize one against a lot of decks is menacing.
Yeah. Maybe there's just no space, and maybe I'm assuming they probably already tested it.
I'm assuming it's a space thing, but like a lot of those lists, I understand. Like you're like, okay, on average, I won't prize a Ralts. Like I'm not usually gonna do that. So you can say most games I'll have it, but for me, it's like playing a 2 of that I always will want to have 2 in play at most games at some point. I would want that to be a 3 of. But that's just me. I understand there's space constraints, and that's why you'd cut it. But I think the Chow list looked cool.
Yeah, I think it looked good.
Latios just enables you to turn 1 Frillish like way easier.
I like that a lot.
Raging Bolt.
B tier.
B tier, C, yeah, I guess.
I mean, C tier maybe.
What? Who's playing Raging Bolt to this tournament?
Bro, please just switch to Sarah Ledge. It's the same. It's the same. It's actually just an easier deck to play.
We've basically ever since Raging Bolt has come out, we've had like the Miraidon, Raging Bolts, Sarah Ledge, Dengo, like these aggressive decks that are relatively linear. Raging Bolt has actually gotten less and less linear throughout its lifespan.
Yeah.
But these
I actually don't think it's as linear as it once was. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
No, like I know I meant that, and like I don't even know if you can classify it as a linear deck anymore.
No, like you have like sniping, you have a lot of different attackers, you have like the one shot aspect, you've got like sometimes the Slither Wing, blah blah blah. But I don't think Raging Bolt is great. When we say it's not linear, its plan is pretty linear. Take a knockout every turn. Whether you're taking that knockout with something else is the non-linear part of it. But like, you're kind of just relying on Baby Bolt to carry you in like a lot of these like stage 2 matchups. You're just hoping like snipe your stage 1 every turn is like good enough, and then once they present their stage 2, you bop it. Like that's your plan.
Seems good.
It's a lot of the time like Judge plus knockout turn 2 is good enough, but when that's your plan, you're obviously relying on luck a lot of the time.
Yeah, so. And I think Sarah Ledge and Goldengo are more just surefire ways. I'd be chill with moving Bolt to C. Grim's an S.
You think so?
Grim's S.
I think so too. I'm a big fan of Grim right now. You have to play really tight with this. The list is it's like one of the only decks in the format that actually has 0 Pokemon that draws cards. You can't play Fez in this. I'll pull up my list.
No, that's control.
Wherever it is.
Bro.
The last option. So this is the Grim list I've been playing on ladder. I haven't had the opportunity to play this at really any events because Megas hasn't been legal yet. But my theory with this is it's just max consistency. I've cut down to 1 Candy. I've cut any retreat locking Pokemon. I've cut the Air Balloon, and I've just gone to 3 Research, 4 Arven, 4 Iono, 4 Lilies, Double Boss. I have Secret Vox, the 4 stadiums here. I'm just really tired of breaking with this because, like I said earlier on the pond, every time I draw good with this deck, I feel like I have no way to lose because I can just outplay my opponent and just sit there and eventually build. Like I was playing against Polt League the other day. I just had a board of Grim, Monkey.
Yeah.
And they just have no way to beat that at all. It feels absolutely insane if you get to set up with this deck. And when you don't, you lose. So I've cut all the random techs other than Shaman.
I would like to see Maractus in this deck.
I think Yveltal is so much better than Maractus.
I think Maractus is better.
You have to play Air Balloon then, and you have to play 2 cards.
Not really. You don't really. Like, okay, the one time
I'm
you
also
start...
not playing Bloodman.
Also, if you start Maractus, it's like, I'll just Evo with it.
Yeah.
And I think the Exploding Needles... I was talking about this with a friend. Sorry if you heard that. I just, smacked the mic. I think Exploding Needles at 6 counters with Grim is a lot better utilized than decks such as like Zolwark, which are playing Yveltal.
I could see that.
And I would like to see it. It's also nice to not deal damage in some situations to like Genesects, depending on the board.
Yeah, the dark weakness, like if you're trying to trap like a monkey and mirror, it doesn't really work. But I'm not a huge fan of playing those guards regardless, just because I don't want to break. Like, I understand a lot of the time you like can rely on like CCE corner, or like corner's just obviously very good.
Maybe Yveltal's better in these kind of 6Es just because they don't play Balloon.
Like, the only reason I'm playing Balloon is if I'm playing Maractus and Blood Moon. I've cut both of those cards because I don't want to start either of them. And like, I am kind of sussed out by no Blood Moon. Maybe that's a card I definitely need, but I just am very tired of bricking.
I do like Blood Moon. When I was playing,
starting Blood Moon is just like a death sentence. Like you accept that you just lose when you start Blood Moon.
Bro, you started Blood Moon against me at the tournament, and I was like, it didn't matter, but because it was best of one. But
yeah,
you started Blood Moon, and I was like, dude, I just win.
Yeah, I do think Shaman is also like a maybe cut. It's very good into Gardevoir. It's very good into Mirror. It's very good into Raging Bolts. It's very good into Terror Box. Like, there are a lot of decks this is relevant against, and it like turns some of those matchups from like even to like very favored. Like Guardy with Shaman feels great.
What about Guardy Jelly though?
They can get you. But like realistically, I'm playing
as long as
4,
you just
6,
like
7, 8, 9, 10, 11 12 items of my deck, and I have some tools. Like my decks, most of my consistency engine is supporter or stadium reliant and supporters. Like,
yeah, as long as you don't bench. Okay, by the way, for all the Grim players, do not bench Frostlass into Guardy, please. It's the only way you lose, bro.
I don't bench Frostlass against Dragapult, Guardy, or Grim. That's where I'm at right now. I would just rather go attach to monkey, pass, attach to monkey, pass, attach to monkey, pass. Like, that's what I would rather be doing. And then you just build a Grim board. The Frostlass, in those matchups, they can just let the Frostlass stay and just keep killing your monkey. And then the Frostlass is like, especially in Guardiamir, if they're able to keep killing your monkey and Frostlass stays, the Frostlass hurts you more than them.
Yeah.
Because they're the...
And then they're the Devo deck.
Whoever
like,
has
they're
the
better
monkey
Devo
advantage.
deck. Especially when they play Jellicent, like, they're... better
you have to think about it this way. If you put Frostlass in play, your opponent basically has a 6th bench Pokemon that's Frostlass if they're playing Monkey deck. And you're giving them that bench slot for free by benching it. So it's not really worth it ever. It's usually just better if that bench slot is another Monkey.
Yeah, I agree.
So Grimmsnarl is very good. It's very consistent with that list. It's not very consistent most of the time. You can't really afford to play Fez because it's too much of a liability, and you have just supporters to draw cards. Zard Pidgeot, I think, is actually kind of underrated right now.
I think it's A.
There's a lot of A-tier decks here.
Yeah, so I think that's fine. You can just say that a bunch of decks are really good in this format. This is my Zard 60. I picked it up last night. I think is a really good Klefki deck, though. Why?
Because you don't kill like Zard.
Yeah, you have the space. You can like actually attach Jet Energy to Klefki and use Dusclops.
Jet feels good in Zard because honestly, just of Mind Bend. It's a really good way to get around
Mind Bend. Really great way to get around Mind Bend. It's good into Control in some situations, and I think Control is actually like an A-tier deck going into this tournament.
Yeah,
I think Control's insane.
I don't think that. I don't know why I just agreed with you. I was just kind of zoned out for a second there.
You're weird, bro. It's been doing so well online, dude. Oh my god.
I continue. Yeah.
So I think I was playing Zard last night. It's the first time I played this deck. My friend was just like, dude, Zard seems really good. I'm thinking about Zard, dude. Zard seems really good. Zard seems really good. So I took a 60 that did well. I added some town stores into it just because I saw that online and I was like, that seems kind of cool.
That's a Jackson Ford innovation.
Yeah, shout out Jackson.
Do you know why you play the town store? So you can Lily for 8 and then you have twice as many outs to town store or to technical machine evolution.
To Evo, yeah, it's really good. It helps your consistency.
Lily for 8 into Evo.
Also, it's really nice that your maximum belt is just like 3 cards now, so your aspec's like just tripled. It's not the same as Arven because Arven's a supporter, so it feels kind of bad. Klefki buys a lot of time with this deck. Tatsu seems like okay. Might go Tatsu.
Klefki is a side up counter in this deck.
Yeah,
it also is good to slow.
Klefki's a side up counter. It's good if your hands are really strong. You can go like Evo Klefki in ideal board states. It seems like really strong right now. And with Dusclops max belt, you're one shotting everything.
I will say this list should absolutely have an air balloon in it. That's crazy.
Why?
Air balloon is good without any air ballooning. Just a Zard is very good. When you're playing Klefki and Tatsu, surely you're playing air balloon.
Maybe. I literally started playing it last night. So.
Yeah, I'm not saying I just think that should.
No, you're good. Okay, I'm down to play that. I'm not sure if Tatsu's like
Zero Mist is also hella sus.
Yeah, dude. My friend pointed that out to me this morning, and I was like, I don't know, man.
I think this is a very early list. I think that you probably could cut Tatsu / Klefki. Playing Zero Cleffa is pretty whack. I understand that Lily's is pretty good. But
Tatsu's just Cleffa, but
Tatsu is so sus, bro.
I think Cleffa's probably better than Tatsu, so I'm down to make that change.
Yeah.
And then Balloon seems okay. I actually didn't really need it last night. And you're playing so many Jet Energies. I just don't think you need Balloon as much, especially if you play Cleffa. if you play Cleffa, I think you can just just cut Tatsu for Cleffa in the 60, and then no air balloon's probably fine.
Probably. Maybe. I just really like
being able to go Jet, Klefki, having the Jet mobilization.
Mobility.
Having the mobility from Jet is I think enough. Yeah. It's suffice.
I do like Zard quite a bit now that we have Lilies. I think this is one of the better Lily decks. I should rephrase that. I think any deck with Pidgeot EX is a very good Lily deck.
Incredible.
Because Lily into turn 2, Pidgeot Candy is quite easy. When you have Arven and Lilies in your deck, you have 2 supporters that fantastically enable you. And then going second, you have a lot of outs to Evo here. You have 3 Arven, 2 TM Evo, 2 Town Storials of Tatsu, which is a out to Arven just off of an attached retreat and a full search.
Think of Tatsu as Cleffa.
Yeah. So I think this list is pretty good. I'm a big fan of Zard. This definitely needs Mist, though. You're going to get absolutely destroyed by Devo if you don't play Mist in this deck.
Are you?
Yeah. And also Mist is very good into Monkey. I think that, you could even maybe... If I would maybe playing 1 Jet, 1 Mist, and a Balloon. I would be interested in playing that.
I'm not sure. I like double Jet more. Jet felt really good last night when I was playing it. I went 10-0 on ladder. But that's because I was in the trenches. The day before, I went all the way down to 14-13 on ladder, bro. I got way under
brutal
500.
Weird, but Zard. Okay. For matchups for Zard, I think it's quite good into Gardevoir. You crush Dango still.
Yeah.
Ceruledge is probably very good for you just because of your hit points.
Yeah.
How is Ceruledge getting around to Zard every turn? If you're going Zard, Iono...
You're supposed to just go Iono. You're supposed to take the first couple prizes with Soul Rock. That's why I would really like to see some way that Ceruledge can more consistently turn with Soul Rock. Soul Rock? Dude, I sound like I have a speech impediment half the time.
Maybe you do.
Maybe I do. But Zard Pidge is pretty strong into that matchup, I would assume. No, this deck's just what? This deck's here probably, bro.
This is just so much worse than playing regular
actually, I agree. I think it's C tier.
I think Goldango Jolterbug, Poo Poo deck. Along with Jolting Box can go here.
What?
I don't think there's any reason to play this deck. Tell me a reason in the face. Look me in the eyes and tell me that Jolting Box is the play for Milwaukee Regionals. Who is saying that to me?
No one.
You're so scuffed in the Gardevoir. You have a good Grim matchup. You probably have a decent start. I think the problem is
you have a good Goldango matchup. You have a good Ceruledge matchup. Actually, you probably don't have a good Ceruledge matchup. Nah. You have a good Dango matchup. Yeah. So I think it's warranted.
In theory, Dango's also just a Soul Rock deck. You attack with Pikachu into a Dango or whatever. They return with Soul Rock. You don't have a great answer to that because you have 0 energy to play now. I don't think it's as cut and dry.
Well, yeah, that's only if you're stupid.
I was when I was playing just my Worlds list, Baby Dango felt like enough into Jolting Box, and I felt like I was just beating them with Baby Dango only.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, C tier.
Okay, maybe I think Jolting Box is awful.
Jolting Box can go D. Dango Jolting Box can go C.
Terror Box, I think is top.
I think it's B.
I think this is quite good. I think the only deck you're gonna ever catch playing Shaman right now is Grim, and honestly, not that many Grims are thinking of Shaman right now.
Yeah, but not all of most of the setup decks can typically get around a Wellspring Mask Ogerpon.
It can, but it's quite the test. If they just are able to turn to bop 2 of your evolving dudes, that is a lot to deal with. And also, if they just go Fan Rotom, Fan Rotom is also Soul Rock, by the way. It's worse than Soul Rock because it dies to Soul Rock, but we still just have the out of going turn 2 Judge, 70 damage, poke your one, good Pokemon in play or whatever. I think Terror Box is pretty good. I don't think it's a broken play. I think you're probably unfavored into Guardy and Dragapult, but you have a lot of lines. The deck is probably one of the least linear decks in this format. All of your engine is search cards.
I actually just the reason I don't like Terror Box is I just hate the Noctowl engine.
Fair.
I think it's so bad.
Yeah, it's not fantastic, but the turn 2, this is one of the best decks with the this is one of the decks with the best turn 2s in the format because turn 2 you just get to Noctowl pretty much every time because of your Fan Rotom, and you just kind of have a.
I'd be interested to see if there was a way to build Terror Box in a way that didn't include Noctowl, but
Zoroark? I think the A tier is getting too big, but I do think it's really good.
I don't think there's a reason that we should shy away from putting decks in A tier. I just don't think this.
I just think it devalues the A tier status.
Well, not really. No, that's only if you just don't think about it critically.
So
I don't know if Zoroark's even in A tier right now. I played it to a tournament. I mean, I didn't update my 60 at all. It was the same 60 as last format, but it felt like a lot of decks came into the format that just kind of beat you. You're not great into Charizard Pidgeot. You're not.
No, that's a really bad matchup.
You're not great into Charizard. Your Grim matchup's just bad. Your Poltdust matchup's fine. It's fine, but it's not even that good. It's probably 50-50. Gardevoir, great matchup. Dango, good matchup. Ceruledge is like definitely not a good matchup.
Here's my take of Zoroark. I think you basically have to have an absolutely up-to-date, fully teched, perfect list for every event, then it's fantastic. If you have an outdated Zoroark list, your deck sucks. The thing with Zoroark is it's honestly, like, has a terrible power level. Like, you're hitting for 170, you're relying on your opponent to
I think the
punch
power
you.
level's fine right now. Like, I kind of played it a little bit more this format, and, like, the power level is okay. I know originally I was saying the deck is kind of too inherently weak, but if you just, like, my list was playing Triple Boss, and I think Triple Boss is really nice to counteract that.
I'm going to finish my sentence.
I
think the deck is a very low power level. However, you draw 6 cards a turn. Therefore, the power level is somewhat equated. Like, your attacks suck in this deck. 170 on a stage 1 for 2 is garbage poo-poo. But you get to trade, and then your deck just all is in your hand. So that's why I say your deck list needs to be perfect, because if you're teched properly, and you can just outskill your opponent because you're drawing more cards than anyone in the format, which is why Zoroark was good previously and why it's good now. But you have the opportunity to do very bad in a lot of matchups because you aren't prepared for it. Like we saw Liam's list, traditionally you're probably getting farmed by Bolt. He played double Stadium to farm that matchup. Same with Terrabox. You're probably getting farmed by Terrabox because they have Pikachu, ways to one-shot you. They have grass attackers.
And Turbo Deck just now can't. Like Poltdust can't just rely on Clops plus Blood Moon.
Yeah,
so I keep cutting you off. Go ahead. Finish your hand, Basil.
My point about Zoroark, I think it's in A tier if you have a really good list and you're like locked in on Zoroark. Like someone like Halliburton and Labella, they came strapped with a really good list. They both did well because they're good players and they had a really good list with the good techs. However, if you're playing, like I said, an out-of-date matchup, like spread for your techs, you're kind of going to get cooked because you're just going to be stuck sitting there for, like, no matter how many cards you draw, you're still hitting for 170. It doesn't matter.
And I would like to see, I'm not sure on if we should be ranking these based on, like, if you have the perfect deck, because we don't know the perfect list. We don't know what they're going to build. And, like I think we could just put it at top of B.
Yeah, maybe that's true. I just think, like, no one was thinking about Zoroark, but Halliburton, like, they cooked up a list and they farmed the meta. Like,
Zoroark, I think our point here is Zoroark could be A tier, but just with the current 60s that we know right now, it's probably B.
If I had infinite time to sink into Pokemon, which I don't, I would probably spend up most of it on Zoroark. Like, if I wanted to just
soon enough,
he's
gonna be part-time, and then he's gonna build Broken Zoroark.
Somewhat of a early announcement, but I am possibly planning on going back to part-time with work to focus more on going at full-time Pokemon. So that you'll see in the new year. Maybe you might see me at like every tournament ever, which would be cool.
That would be cool. And maybe then you could see me at every tournament ever.
Maybe.
I do love going to every tournament ever. They're kind of fun.
Poltard?
No,
I know Oscar Madsen was cooking with his Metafly class. That guy's always in the kitchen, but I don't think this deck is great. If we look at like,
it could even be D tier. I just think this deck is just like so.
If it's in D tier, both these Joltik boxes are going to D tier.
Okay, well then Gold, C tier's fine.
I think this is a playable deck. You are playing Zard, and you're playing Dragapult, some of the most powerful cards that have ever been printed into this game, together in the same deck. This is not going to be like terrible by any means. However, it's worse than Dragapult Dusknoir, and it's worse than playing Zard Pidgeot. You should just pick a stage 2 to play, is my opinion.
Yeah.
You're kind of just like cutting your consistency. Like if you think about like how powerful your board could be if you had like Dusclops, Duskull, Dracloak, Dragapult, and Active versus Dragapult, Dracloak, Charmeleon, Charizard EX. Like which board is more powerful?
Duskull.
There? Yeah, by so much. I would basically in every matchup except maybe Guardy prefer my board be the Dusknoir.
I mean, in a Guardia, I guess you're like a pretty consistent Zard deck, but I don't know, man.
I'm a bit of a hater. It is nice that you can, in the matchups where Zard is good, just go like Dracloak, Zard. That is pretty nice, but I don't think it's worth it. This is a very like metagame specific deck, and I think that time is past.
Yeah, I hated that deck. Whenever I played that deck, I just wanted to die. I think Flareon goes B. Probably bottom of B.
Yeah, I think it's better than Raging Bolt.
I think it's better than Raging Bolt. It might even be better than Terrabox, honestly.
I think this deck peaked at Worlds for metagame placement, and it wasn't even that good at Worlds. I think, like, you have to be very metagame specific, and every tournament, Guardy's the best deck. So this deck is just not worth playing. That's my opinion.
Yeah, real.
It's very intricate.
And I think Terrabox is kind of Flareon Noctowl at this point.
Yeah,
like seeing the new 60s, they play like the one Eevee that automatically evolves, and like the one Flareon, the one Leafeon. And the Flareon's really good in a Dango. The Leafeon's really good in a Grim and Zoroark and stuff.
And Polton Guardy, like it does just heal your bench for 50, right? That's what it does.
So I think that Flareon gets a little bit weaker just with that innovation in Terrabox.
Yeah. But I just don't like the Flareon deck is not that powerful. Like you're trying so hard to like attack for 130 and then like your best attack in your deck is attack for 280 on a stage 1. Like
Gravity Mountain, bro.
Whoa. like, I just think you're trying so hard for something other decks don't have to try that hard for. Straight Bolt.
I think this deck's like fine.
I think this deck is
It
secretly really good.
Whoa.
I am into, like, obviously Guardy is tough, but you are good into like every deck except Guardy pretty much with this.
Yeah.
And you don't care about Psyduck. What matchups are you scared to hit with Drag Bolt?
Okay, wait. What's your straight bolt list? Is it playing like Toadscruel?
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't tested it. Just in like theory, like I've played a lot of straight pulls in the past in other formats and really liked it. I think in last format for Worlds, it was pretty much unplayable because you had, well, outside of like the lists that are playing like Cornerstone and multiple retreat lockers, like and Kaito and Torb were playing that. But to have a chance in the Guardy matchup and to have, in my opinion, a favorite Guardy matchup, you had to play Duskbolt.
No, bro, Duskbolt was not favorite. Maybe it was.
I think for Worlds, I think you were favored into Guardy. Unless, like, I think, like, maybe Riley's list was favored into it, but...
Dude, I'm still
mad.
so mad, dude. I got convinced off of the Riley McKay 60. It wasn't, like, given to me by Riley, but, like, I just was like, yo, Devo seems super good in this format. Played Devo, was winning games, then lost a bunch of Joltik box, and then just swatted off. Man, so I regret that every day, dude.
I think that if you're playing like Straight Bolt, I honestly think is like a better deck than Dusknoir. It's less powerful, it's just more consistent, and Dragapult is a broken card, and I am a very much consistency based person. If I get to play a broken card more consistently,
okay, I'm down to just listen. I'm down to just put this here.
I don't think that's true. I do think that, like,
you said it was just better than Duskbolt.
I don't. Maybe I feel this way. I don't know. I have to struggle like between what I think is going to be the more popular version, what I think is better.
Okay, then let's go here.
I think this is more like reasonable take to put this below Duskbolt. But I do think this has a lot of merits. You can just play like the Cornerstone, you can play like the multiple retreat lockers, or you can do the Toadscruel thing, depending on how you want to tech for Dango. I also think Dango lists cutting E-Search Pro is crazy for these stage 2 decks, because for Dango to hit turn 2 350 early is way harder without E-Search Pro. Like, you're just drawing the energies again like old Dango, which sucked and I hated that. I do think it's probably going to be more popular because Solrock is really good with Trolley, and you're also
think
not
that
playing.
Solrock draws enough cards for you to hit those energies consistently enough.
Like under Budew though, under like going Budew into a Dragapult,
and with an Iono, and then you have to hit all of that in one turn.
It is really tough.
Seems really tough.
Saraled just never dreaming of hitting.
If you're able to go like Dango, Fez, like Dango, Fez, Lunatone, maybe you can get there.
Yeah, and then this is like a really, really, really good deck to play retreat lockers in. Like Maractus is crazy in this because you just always draw the Gust, and you'll always have Night Stretcher to get it back if you just need to keep, like, if your plan is to go Maractus, you're just gonna get to do that.
I don't know what the merit is behind like just Maractus multiple times in a row. Can you explain that?
Just like into like a deck that you know has maybe one max 2 switch outs, and you know like the third time I corner them, they're stuck.
Real. Yeah. And then you're able to go corner.
Like if you see Saraled, they have like 2 Jet energies in the discard pile. I know they have like Jet and maybe a Turo left.
No, they play Turo, 2 Jet, a Pop Pad right now.
Sure. Like I'm just any deck
which
that
actually
you know
is terrible. I don't think Saraled is a good deck to Maractus into.
Bad example.
Bad example.
Example, I guess. But like any deck, you can look at their discard pile. If you know the average list and you're like, I have 0% chance, but the average list has no out to me going Maractus into Maractus, then that's an out for you to win. And I think Dragapult just like can always react to what your opponent's doing. You can always be checking their discard pile. You can check their cards in hand. You can choose to Iono or Boss. You can choose to Iono Countercatcher. You can choose to Maractus. You can choose to Phantom Dive. Like, you can choose to play 1/1 Dusclops. You can do so many things with this deck because it just lets you draw cards because Direct Locus Gas. You can always Budew. This deck is
I think it's good, and I think Klefki is really strong in it. Like, I was thinking about it. Like, yeah, that's fine.
Klefki, actually, Klefki would be sick in this
so
deck.
Good.
Because Dragapult, Straight Bolt can be way slower than Dusknoir. Dusknoir can play very slowly, but like Dusknoir is low-key an aggressive deck.
Yeah, low-key.
Because you need to take it, like, a lot of time Dusknoir is going Budew into Budew. Oh, your board state sucks, let me wipe everything.
Basically, that's the premise of Dusk, and Straight Bolt doesn't really need to do that. Klefki is super nice. Like, into Goldengo, you're just buying so much time. Into Saraled, you're buying a lot of time. Grim, occasionally you can buy some time there just because, like, they can't monkey.
Although you don't need it for Psyduck, so it's less, like, helpful in terms of that sense. But
yeah, it's just a good card right now. It's great into Terrorbox. It's great into Flareon. Good into Conch Elder. But, like,
Conch Elder sucks.
Good.
That's my rant about. That's our rant about Straight Bolt.
I don't want to talk about Conkeldurr.
Apparently, this did like 8-0 day one at like regional recently, but that's just a fluke. I'll be real. Sorry. Shout out to that person that went XO day one, but they didn't
like
top cut. So
I'm not sure. Like I just don't think it beats.
All right, Lucas, you can have the mouse on the stupid PGI control.
Okay,
this guy's always yapping about PGI.
I'm not gonna rant that much just because like after. Okay, here's my cycle with
Where's
control.
it going?
My cycle with control. I think it goes bottom. I goes A. My cycle with control is I don't play control for a couple months, and then I like have a really annoying 1 month just like blah 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 control, and just talk about it. That's the only deck I talk about.
Stop yapping.
And then I mellow out after I play a lot of control, and then I just become more reasonable. I think this deck's good. It's my current 60 for it. I think it's really strong right now. A couple things that I added. Like I was just looking at the list on my way over to Landen's today. And I decided to cut the Genesect and the Mist Energy from it for Ruffian 4th Prism, just because your Grimmsnarl matchup is just already bad, so it's just not worth playing Mist Energy, or like in my opinion. You just play all your Prism Energies, and you hope that you can just run them out of energy and then like blustery win some things. Mist Energy's fine. You can cut Prism Energy for Mist if you want, and I'm gonna keep trying that just to see if like there is some weird Grim line, but the matchup just felt so terrible, and like
I think Mist is quite good.
I mean, I think
like it's good. Like if you're retreat locking a monkey, being able to mist it so it can't get confused is quite important.
Yeah,
I think I'm quite a fan of it.
And I was looking at it like that.
Why are
like
playing Sob?
What?
Why is Sob in here?
It's for Guardy. I'll explain it. I'm not gonna explain every matchup just because like most of it's pretty straightforward.
Surely fighting resistance is better in the Guardy.
No, actually, what? No. There's a reason.
Okay, you can talk about it later.
So, your Dingo matchup is just like Chiyu, Zerosic Frillish. Your Zard matchup is either Cornerstone or Remove Energy. Grimmsnarl, just bad. Try and move energies and just like pray that you can kill Frostlasses or something. I don't know. I actually just
or they start Blood Moon.
Yeah, or they start Blood Moon and you're able to like Frillish. That's why I like the 4 Prism in this deck, is because like turn 1 Frillish feels really good. And this deck can kind of consistently do that with like Arvin for Trolley or like Brock Scouting for Frillish Latias. It feels good. So I wanted to put a Prism in here. I might even consider cutting Fighting for Luminous at this point, just because like if there is no what's it called, Mist Energy in the deck, you don't need Fighting Energy, Mist. You don't need like an Energy and a Mist.
Yeah, because Luminous turns off if you attach Mist in it. Luminous
sorry. Yeah.
Although it is nice to be able to stretch her for like you only have one.
Yeah, that's why Lana's
and
Aid.
Lana's Aid. Yeah.
Lana's is like the reason you play basic fighting. Okay. Reason that I play Ogre Pawn is the Guardy matchup, because you don't play any Erica, you don't play any Flute, you don't play Mist Energy, so your way of winning the matchup is making them use all their energies, and I think that actually works quite well. I haven't played too many games of it, but in the couple games I did play, it felt really strong, because you would go Ogre Pawn, Water Ogre Pawn makes it so that they have to bench Monkey unless they don't want to kill the Ogre Pawn, because then if they don't kill the Ogre Pawn, you attach a handheld fan to it, and you do 190 on the Guardy does 190 into Ogre Pawn. You move a Psychic Energy over to a Screamtail. The way you force Screamtail into play is by promoting Cornerstone at the beginning of the game. If you promote Cornerstone and they just sit there and they do nothing, you win anyway. So if they have to bench Screamtail, they have to bench something. Okay, one of these things that is a energy hog. You Ogre Pawn, make it so that they have to swing into you with Guardy, because then you gust the Guardy, you swing into the Guardy with the Ogre Pawn. Second boss seems pretty good in this deck. I'm considering between second boss and triple CC. I like triple CC a lot. It feels really strong. You attach handheld fan to Ogre Pawn. You move all the psychic energies away from the Gardevoir to something else, and they aren't one-shotting you unless they bench Monkey Dory. With Monkey Dory in play, you can either just like bench an Ogre Pawn, attach a fan, bench a Sudowoodo, attach a fan, and switch between the two, or you can just like Ogre Pawn with an energy, handheld fan it, and then like penny loop it, and you don't need to penny that much just because like they're already down 2 psychic energies at least on the Gardevoir, 2 psychic energy at least on the other thing. You need to move like 4 more, which is just double penny Pal Pad. So that's why I'm playing Ogre Water Pawn in the deck. It's also a really nice like in between attacker, because
I'm gonna interject.
Just give me 1 second.
Okay.
Because Sudowoodo is a lot easier to kill than Ogre Pawn, so if you need time, you can just like Ogre Pawn.
Okay, I think you need to state that the Ogre Pawn lives because they can't bench Monkey. As soon as they bench Monkey, you can just retreat lock it.
Sorry, yeah, I totally forgot to say that. I am talking like you guys all know what I'm saying.
They have to. If they don't bench Monkey, they can't one-shot your Ogre Pawn. If they do bench Monkey, then it just gets impounded for the whole game. And it just,
no, that's actually not. You don't play Mist. You don't play Mist energy anymore, so you can't do that.
That's why I think you need Mist.
I don't think you need it because you just move all the psychic energies away and they can't mind bend you anymore.
I think Mist has enough utility into like Guardy and Grim, like for Devo purposes, that I would be interested in playing it.
Yeah,
personally.
I mean, I disagree just because like Prism's just universally better, and you don't need Mist energy for Guardy, and you just are already losing to Grim. Sure. If you're worried about straight Frost / Monkey Dory, like it's just fine because your board is going to be like in Elgium and you're moving energy around the board, and then if they kill your Pidgeot, your board's self-sufficient enough.
I'd also be curious about double, like either play a Monkey or second Shuckle. I think most of the time Shuckle's going to be strictly better because it doesn't give them the damage to send back with their monkeys.
Yeah, that's why.
But I do know when we were testing Control for Worlds, I was testing lists without Garg, and a lot of the time I needed 2 monkeys in play to out-heal them, which I would be interested in playing.
And what matchup was this?
It was just like into Polt, it was into Guardy, because like you could just sit there with the Mist on your pseudo and the active if they have like a monkey, especially, actually Shuckle's really good in that line. If you can just sit a person in the active with the Mist that doesn't die, and then you have double Shuckle to like full heal. Like it was a lot of the time easy to set up like a healing loop where they couldn't out damage your healing between like Defiance Vest, Lux Cape. You're not playing Lux Cape, but like with the Defiant Vest double Shuckle in play, you're taking 100 less every turn.
And I mean that would be nice, but I just don't think you need that. I've played like quite a lot of Control in this format, many different versions of it. Like I played, what did I play? I played Garganackle for a little bit. I played I played Toad's Cruel in my deck for a little bit. I played no Frillish, no Chiyu in my deck for a little bit, and just like Cornerstone only.
It's also
then
like a card that
and then I moved to like Triple Fan version, which is the version I'm on right now.
I'm going to say one more piece on Control. I think we can move on from it. I think that Shuckle is a very, like, Shuckle/Monkey is an integral piece in a lot of matchups, and prizing it and forcing yourself to ticket for just that card is going to come up quite a bit. That is,
I guess, yeah.
I don't know. I played probably, like, at least 50 games of Control during the summer before Worlds, and I was going on my Shuckle/Monkey. I know it's different, but... Yeah. That's my only experience, and I was a very big fan of the healing card.
I think Monkey's good, too. Like, I've been thinking about Monkey. There's different use cases for both cards, but I think it's fine. And
I think it'd probably be, depending on testing, playing like a 1-in-1 would be probably the best way to do it if you want to play
But currently, Control is good into Guardy, is horrific into Grim. It's good into Polt.
Would you say it's Grim into Grim? Haha.
Smash sub. Polt Dusk,
like and subscribe.
Shout out Ken. Polt Dusk, good matchup. Straight Polt, good matchup. Charizard's a good matchup. Goldango's a good matchup. Kind of. I haven't tested them. Honestly, I literally have not been able to hit a single Goldango since I put in Chiyu Frillish. But like in theory, it probably works.
I can't stop hitting Ceruledge and or freaking Alakazam on ladder.
Dude, Alakazam? Funny ass matchup.
Where is that? Is it? Oh, it is. Get that thing out of here. Straight into.
No, I actually don't think. I think it's like maybe even B tier.
Does your opponent play Iono? Yes? All right, I concede.
No. What? Not exactly.
Okay, do you have anything else to say about Pidgeot? I think if you think it's an A, then it's...
I think it beats
I
think it beats most of the decks in the top things. I'm done talking about Control.
Okay. I want to get this stupid Alakazam to Dunsparce garbage out of here. You get farmed by Guardy, you get farmed by Grim, you get farmed by Polt, you get farmed by Zard. Any deck you farm Dango and you farm Ceruledge. Any deck that doesn't play Hand Disruption, you're going to destroy them because you draw your whole deck and you do like 1,000,000 damage. But they go Iono KO and you just like, oh.
No, I mean there's like things that they've done.
Mist energy?
Dude, bro. Pidgeot being able to go bench Cornerstone and attach Mist energy, they just lose.
You don't play Mist. You cut it.
Oh, I did cut.
You're going to get farmed by Alakazam now.
I actually forgot about that.
I don't think this is a deck you need to worry about.
Oh, yeah, it's fine anyway because you use Zero Sick. I'm done talking about Control. Alakazam seems fine because with EXP shares and then like you just like Hilda draw 7. So because you go to Dunsparce and Enriching
But
Energy.
Like to KO a Dragapult or a Guardy, you need 16 cards in hand. And if they Ione you to like 3, you're not drawing 13. It doesn't even matter. If you go in Hilda enriching double to Dunsparce, you're still not KOing. Like
you're drawing 3 off of Fez, and then you can like evolve something. It's actually pretty reasonable.
I don't think it's reasonable. I think it's like if you're.
But I do think it's kind of hard.
Playable in any way, you're coping so hard. This deck is. It is a fun deck to play on the live ladder and make Landon Caitlin mad when he hits like 5 of them in a row when he's trying to test for standard tournaments. It's infuriating for me because I'm trying to test.
Are you an arc tier?
No, I actually rage quit. I haven't played live for like a couple days because I just can't stop hitting. Like I swear, at least every second match at this point is Alakazam.
Just scoop, dude. Like literally, just scoop.
No, I'm at the point like I lose elo now when I scoop.
Oh, you're at ultra?
Yeah, I'm almost. I'm like I think I'm at like 480 or something. It's 550 right to get. I've never actually made arc tier because I don't play enough live. But I hate this deck. Get it out of here. Bottom of D. Get out of here.
Put it in C.
Typhlosion. This can go in C.
I think it's C. Whatever. Typhlosion.
I hate stupid Alakazam. Stupid.
I think Typhlosion's C.
Jesse McQueen is fiending to talk about
Bro, doxing, dude. Dude, yeah, we had some guy at League.
Some guy. Jesse's more than some guy.
Okay, well, yeah, but they don't know who Jesse McLean is.
That doesn't matter.
We had a guy at League.
With Jesse at League. He's not a guy. He has a name.
Okay,
Use his name.
Fine. Well, they don't know who he is.
It doesn't matter.
We had Jesse at League he came up to me because like me and him talk about lists, and then Lana just like came in and joined, and he's like, guys, Ethan's Typhlosion's broken, and he shows us this like teched ass 60, and I think it's fine. I just like don't think it's amazing. Like I don't think your Grim matchup's very good. Your Guardy matchup's like kind of cope.
Not kind of. It's very cope.
Yeah,
like I think every stage 2 deck. I think there's just 2 classes of decks in this format. There's like the not stage 2 slow setup decks that build broken boards, and then there's like the aggro decks that try and beat them with aggressiveness. Ethan's cannot beat those decks because it's too slow. It will beat the aggressive decks though because it's a better trading deck.
Yeah, so I think it's fine, but there's too much out to get it right now.
Yeah, Hoa Armourouge?
This deck's bad. Just put it in
tier. I played against this at Worlds. My opponent got top 32. It was pretty cool. The Australian goat, I forget his name, but he's a cool guy. Dude, he was really nice.
His 60 was like, I tried it like with me and my one of the kids I coach, and it's just like it breaks so often, dude.
He was playing a lot of supporters though. I'll give him that.
Yeah, I thought he kind of just drew so hot, man. There's no way
he didn't. Yeah, like I beat him at Worlds because. My friend Scotty, I guess that's my first shout out for Scotty. He was asking for a shout out on stream for this. Day 1, he hit this guy playing Armourouge, the Australian guy, and then told me he's like, if you hit this guy day 1, like he told me this after he lost to me. If you hit this guy, he's playing Hoa Armourouge, and I like saw my pairings for round 1. I saw a guy from Australia, and I was like, you know what? Let me check Scotty's DMs, and sure enough, it was the same guy, and I won the flip and chose first, and then I beat him in game 1 and 3 because I just outprize raced him. So I only won because I had previous
Shout
knowledge.
Out Scotty, man.
Because obviously this guy, he would choose blind first if he won the flip. I would choose second if I won the flip blind, but I knew he was playing Hoa Armourouge because of Scotty. So Scotty may be the reason that I got top. He got 9th at Worlds because I got to beat Hoa Armourouge.
Big ups to Scotty, bro.
So actually, I call him Freaky personally, but his legal name is Scotty. His name's Freaky to me.
Okay. I was gonna say, I thought you were saying some completely different stuff, bro.
No, that's just his nickname. I just call him Freaky. But Cynthia's Garchomp.
C tier.
I think this deck, I would like to say it's better than Raging Bolt. I think this deck actually kind of has some merits. It's pretty consistent because as soon as you get like a Gabite, what is it? Gabite. Yeah, that's the stage 1. It searches like your whole deck because you get like a couple Gibbles in play, you get 1 Gabite, it gets all your dudes, and then the last Gabite finds the actual Pokemon you want, and then the rest of the game you just have like all your Cynthia's Pokemon in hand. You probably have to play Neo Upper with this, but this with like a 3/3 Rose Raid line and 4 of the Power Pros is pretty well one-shotting whatever's in the active the whole game past like missing attachments, which it really is tough, but with Neo Upper you can just kind of same with Polt, you can burst like a one-shot into play. But the first attack is going to kill like stage 1s. You can reach into basic EXs with double Rose Raid, that's 160, and then like double Power Pro. So you need like double Rose Raid, double Power Pro to 1 energy KO with basic EX. Yep. But with the 260 second
attack, just kills Fez.
Yeah, it does just kill Fez because Fez is white fighting weak. But you do have the ability to like have double Rose Raid in play, and then go like 1 Power Pro and you're hitting 350. 2 Power Pros, you're hitting 380. You're one-shotting Venusaurs, you're one-shotting like anything in the format with this. I do think this has a decent reason to be good, although it doesn't have any actual draw in the deck that is not supporter-based and or Fez because Cynthia's Garchomp just searches Pokemon.
Yeah.
Which is thinning the deck. The attack draws up to 6. I do think this deck is going to be relatively weak to Iono.
Yeah, it's pretty weak.
It's pretty linear. Like you only really have 2 usable attacks in your deck. The Spiritomb is so bad. I cut that card instantly. Although it is pretty menacing to sit down against a 400 HP Garchomp. If you're not hitting for weakness, it's going to be pretty tough to KO that. I think the only deck that could one-shot is basically Dango.
And I think Tomb's like pretty okay. Like, I don't know. I think that the deck's fine. I don't really have much of an opinion on it. He seems to be more opinionated on it.
Yeah, I've played it. I've played it a decent amount on live, just like walking around in my neighborhood, just on a walk, playing it on my phone. Nothing like super serious, but it has felt pretty powerful. Like it's felt like a pretty playable deck.
Landen hardcore testing while walking his dog.
No.
Let's go.
Yeah, I just whenever I'm walking my dog, I just play some live casually.
Yeah.
That's basically the only time I ever play live is when I'm walking my dog. But it's like I play it usually every day now, like a couple games, but nothing. Like I'm not like locked in.
That's fair, yeah. Bro, you replaced Clash for Pokemon Live. Bro.
I drew that. I'm being more productive. Okay.
Real, bro. That's actually sick, dude. Landen without playing live was like top cutting worlds, bro. The 2 games a day, bro. He's locked in.
I don't test at all for this. That's why I want to like lock in more, because my theory is if I've won 2 regionals and top cutted worlds without testing. What if I locked in, guys?
That's crazy, dude. Like, it's absurd to me that you just, like, I test so much for like every event, and you're just like, I'll top
Why
it
are
world.
we pulling out?
Because
I gotta go to work in an hour, bro. I don't got time to do extra stuff.
So it's just for. I know it's not. I know. It's for Crustle because I just like know you're gonna put it super low. It like top forward by Calvin. Before we talk about it.
Okay, I would like to say I am interested in Zoric Crustle. I think that deck is actually pretty sick.
Yeah, I kind of heard about that. That seems kind of good.
Because, like, you're still not beating Guardy with, like, a 3-3, like, Zoric line.
I think you could.
You could. But the theory is, like, Crustle beats most things that aren't, like, Guardy. Or, like, one-prize decks. So you, like, throw in the Zoric package so you can beat Guardy. But then you're playing, like, a bad Zoric deck and a bad Crustle deck at the same time. However, you then get to play, like, Crustle with a Dry Engine, which is quite strong.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I think Crustle sucks, but...
Yeah, like, I think Crustle's kind of mid. This deck by Calvin came, like, top 4 in a tournament with Crustle, and I think it's fine. Like, I think this list kind of is pretty decent.
Crustle is one of those decks where you have, like, 0 agency at all. You just, like, spin the matchup roulette. If you had a good matchup, you're going to win every time. If you had a bad matchup, you have 0 outs.
Yeah, so,
I hate that. That's personally a deck that makes me want to...
So that's where I think we put... Like, we probably put it in D or C, maybe. Yeah. Just because, like, for me, I'd never... play Crustle unless it was literally the best deck to ever be played for a tournament.
I want to talk about Venusaur. I was initially like, wow, Venusaur is a terrible card. That deck is awful, garbage, poo-poo. However, I have come around on it. I think it may be like a top of B deck.
Whoa, because, top of B? That's great.
Because
I think it's middle of B.
I forgot about Regigigas, guys. This card is so good in this deck. Like, unbelievably good. Because... the thing you struggle with this deck is outside of like the consistency issue. It is definitely noticeably way more consistent than a regular stage 2 deck because you just get to instant play everything.
No, like I think Venusaur is actually like
Forest plus Lily is cracked, by the way. Like get to play out all of your like say pre-Lily, you have a couple things in your hand, you can evolve them, or post-Lily, you can just like slam your whole hand into play, and then like you're thinning cards out of your deck by just evolving them and playing them. Like basically once you have a stadium play, every deck in your card is instant playable outside of support.
Every deck in your card.
Sorry. Every card in your deck is instant playable, which is fantastic with Shuffle Draw. Because traditionally, like with the Shuffle Draw, you have to shuffle back like sometimes like a 4 or 5, 6 card hand, which doesn't really feel like you're drawing that many cards because a lot of the time you're just going to draw the same ones you had. But with this deck, it's way better with the Lily because you don't have to use research to like filter the cards out because you just get to play them.
Yeah.
And then like Meganium makes Ogerpon a fantastic attacker. I would like to maybe try Briar in this list because Ogerpon is going to hit crazy numbers.
I don't hate that actually, and I would like to see triple Ogerpon. Just feels like such a vital part of your consistency.
Yeah, because I remember with Ogerpon I was playing like in Japan when I was still there when Lily's like the Journey Together was just coming out, had come out there, not here. I was in Japan for a couple days at that time to play, and I was playing like this Lily Ogerpon deck that at the end of the game could basically always just present like a 5 or 6 energy grass Ogerpon with a Briar, which was like enough to win.
Lily Wait, you were playing when?
The last like 3 days I was there.
Mega Evolutions?
No, Journey Together.
Then you weren't playing Lily.
Lily's Clefairy. That's what I just said. I said that.
My bad.
It was Lily's Clefairy Ogerpon. It was like you have 8 bench Pokemon, you hit with like...
Bro, I remember you being a fiend for that deck for a couple weeks.
I still think that deck is honestly pretty like underrated. Like with the Briar, like end of every game, because Lily's Clefairy is such a low energy attacker. You just every turn go like teal dance, and then like you would just have like multiple Ogerpons with like 1 or 2 energies in play every turn, and every turn you're just drawing with more, and then eventually you just end up one turn you're playing 4 E switch. You could just like put all of your energies onto one grass and then hit for like 200, 210, like without them having any energies. So you could Briar like anything in their active.
Yeah.
Which felt quite powerful. And that is something I'd like to explore here. And then my other thing with this is Venusaur is huge. 240 is a really good number. And it also just heals itself.
And then Wally's Compassion seems pretty good.
I think Turo's better, like in every way. Like, why are we playing Wally's Compassion if we can move the energy off, Turo the thing up,
it's for if
rebench
the stadium gets bumped.
If you have play 4, you're just like...
Yeah. I mean, I actually kind of, I can agree with the Turo being better. I think this list is good. I think Venusaur's good.
I just think the Gigas, like, the thing that I was scared of with this is a 0 Cornerstone answer. Gigas is a great Cornerstone answer. Gigas is a Dragapult answer. It's a Zard answer. It's a Cerulege answer. It kills every Ogerpon in the format. It kills a lot of stuff right now. And it's a 1-prizer that you can just, like, have 2 energies on. It KOs. They kill it. You go Night Stretcher, bench it again, attack. Like, you could just go Gigas into some matchups if needed. So I'm a fan of Venusaur.
And I think Venusaur's okay.
I think it has, like... It's less of a poo-poo deck than I initially thought, because it has... The Giga saves you. You didn't have a consistent one-shot option into a lot of things that were good against you. Like Cerulege, I think you could have, like, reasonably a pretty good Cerulege matchup.
Yeah, I would agree.
Because you could,
usually like, Meganium, and then if they kill Mega Venusaur, if they kill Mega Venusaur, it just like doesn't matter because like you go swing with Gigas and then you've taken 3 prizes, and if they then go like kill Gigas, you can just like reestablish your entire Venusaur line, move energies to Gigas.
You don't even need to bench Gigas like a Venusaur.
I think Double Turo seems good. Yeah, I think Double Turo seems good in that deck because you actually do kind of want the versatility of like
so just move the energies off.
Yeah, you want the versatility of like move energies away and then like. Or you also want the versatility of like full bench Venusaur, move energies to your attacker, and then like Turo the Venusaur.
Yeah, Venusaur 380 is a lot. I think like my last point of Venusaur, Gardevoir, Dragapult, Grim are gonna have a very this just farms Grim, by the way.
It does farm Grim.
Are gonna have a very hard time killing a Venusaur, even in like 2 shots sometimes. Like
I actually don't know if it farms Grim.
If you're playing like Double Turo, I think it would.
Double Turo, yeah.
Anyways, Lucario.
Wait, Hydropple Ogerpon.
This is just worse than Venusaur.
Worse than Venusaur, but it is... Yeah, Regigigas just makes it so that Hydropple kind of goes null and void.
Yeah. Lucario, this deck is underrated. I think this deck is actually, like... I don't know why. I don't know if Hariyama's the right way, but, like... I think this deck might top 8 the event, like, pretty reasonably.
I can kind of see it.
If you, like, look at every deck on this tier list that isn't Guardy. What is this deck scared of?
This is so high for the deck, dude.
Maybe here?
I can see it here. I think if I'm gonna have my moment here, I think this deck's like
okay, I'm gonna give it to you. You can put Pidgeot where you want.
No, I think Pidgeot's here. Because I mean everything else, like I just don't want to put Pidgeot at like top of A. It's just like I'm so biased, but I think it's better. Okay, let's talk about Lucario. Go ahead.
Lucario, incredibly statted Pokemon. It is a 340 HP stage 1. I understand it gives up 3 prizes. Most decks, you're not going to allow the opportunity to kill it when you don't want to because you can just Turo it because it's always not going to die. Turo has so much utility in this deck as well because you're playing Hariyama. I've seen quite a few lists on Twitter that just don't play boss at all and they just play like triple Turo. I think I even saw one playing 4 Turo, which is kind of crazy because you can always just... pick up your Hariyama, rebench it, Gust. Like, Turo is a boss most of the time that has...
Yeah.
Like, imagine if your boss's orders was Turo. At the same time, it was a modal card. That would be cracked, and it usually is in this deck. Yeah, and I think your Pokemon line is probably just...
Your draw engine's really strong.
Yeah, you're playing Lunatone Soul Rock. You have the ability
also just playing Trolley Air Balloon with Arvins, which just means your Soul Rock is so consistent.
Yeah. And, like, Hariyama is a pretty good attacker. Like, it does, I think it's 210 and then 50 to itself or something. It's a pretty serviceable attack.
70 to itself.
Okay. It does some amount of recoil and it hits for 210 for triple fighting energy, which
Lucario
conveniently powers it up.
Immediately powers it up.
And then you get to play 4 Electro Powers, which is pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's good.
You have a Psychic Weakness. You get absolutely farmed by Guardy. And also, like, Lily's Clefairy is very good against this as well because
you also
it's
just lose to Zard. You lose to Zard.
Would you? Why would you lose to Zard?
Dusknoir. You just like Dusknoir kill.
Yes.
I would like to see Lucario. I'll let you go with the bottom of A, but I think I'd like to put it like top of B.
Yeah, I think this deck is just going to be an incredibly consistent like powerhouse. Like turn 2, you need to evolve your Lucario, and you're hitting for like you're one-shotting any 1 prizer, and then you can push up higher with Power Pro, or you can like very easily Gust without a supporter to attack with the first attack into something that's relevant, like a stage 1 Pokemon or something. And then you also have like early Soul Rock if you'd rather just have a full 1 prize board state, because your stage 1, the 3 prizer, is never going to be in play. You can't start it if you don't want it to be. So you can just have a full 1 prize board state. Yeah. I actually don't think you're just auto losing Guardy either. It's obviously incredibly unfavored, But you do have the out of just like go second, Soul Rock. Maybe they don't just like establish a great.
Yeah, like you can with a matchup, and then you
It's
also have that like
atrocious,
you
though.
do have that one turn where you can probably like knock out a Guardy with one hit.
Yes, you do have the ability to one-shot Guardy with Power Pros and stuff.
And then I think the weirdest deck for this tournament is like maybe Frostlass Monkey.
I don't think this is great. I think this is there's no reason to play this over Grim. Like Grim is
Yeah,
just
I
better.
agree, and I
think this is probably like a C.
don't think it's C tier.
I think so.
But
I
sure.
was trying a list with like some Frillishes. I think the problem that I was running is like I remember playing Frostless Monkey quite a bit pre-Grim, and it was quite good, like before Grim came out. And the problem I was running into with that deck is like Budu is such a liability because it's 30 HP. Your deck relies around having Budu in play. Like your main attacker is Budu, and that's horrible into Pult. That's horrible into Grim. That's horrible into Guardy.
Yeah, but the Frillish in one Budu kind of solves that.
Yeah, I was curious because like you need the Budu to have the like okay, I just need to like attach or treat item lock you going second. However, most of the time, like you obviously want to be floating attachments onto Monkey Dories, but like a lot of the time, Frillish with a Bravery Charm is gonna like live a lot of board states. Obviously not a whole bunch of them, but it's gonna live like Budu mirrors. It's gonna live against like little itty bitty attacks. Like Budu dies to like what's this basic of Cerilich? Charcadet. Like that kills it. Like anything kills Budu. Like you can just Budu's dead. One Monkey Ping. That was very fragile, and I didn't like that. I think that may solve this.
Yeah.
You could play like somewhat of like I was maybe trying like a Prism Energy, like
I think
playing a
Prism
bunch of different.
Luminous seems kind of good.
Yeah, and then I was like trying with like a Pseudo and like a Maractus to try and have different like retreat trappers that hit for different weaknesses. It was like weird. I tried it a couple times on ladder. It wasn't very good, but also I forgot to show to the camera. I have my full Mega Venusaur deck right here. I've got Venusaur and Gigas. These were on just the top of a stack of my pile, and I thought it was cool. Show off some cool full arts that I just saw on my desk.
Tough. That's fire.
But
I think that's it.
yeah, I think that's every deck. We kind of did a lot of yapping today, but
That's good. I
was
think
a productive yap sesh.
Pods are yapping, bro. That's the whole point. And that's not even that long of an episode.
yeah, I have to go to work in 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So, shout outs, Lucas.
Twitter, Lucas Old, Twitch, Lucas Old. I haven't streamed in months. Go
True.
ahead.
Caitlin TCG on Twitter. I am not offering coaching right now currently, although I am
Planning.
Yeah, I am not going to give a date for it because I have other stuff I want to get done first. I'm really working on organizing all my cards properly. Like,
Dude,
you should see my desk.
This guy's house, bro. I'm so tempted to go grab the phone and just turn around, but like his entire desk is just like piles stacked fairly high of Pokemon cards.
There's thousands of cards on my desk right now.
It's absurd.
And there's like my gold Ultra Balls are just in a pile somewhere on there. Like I literally like it's to the point I'm just finding like black and white full arts on my desk. Just
dude,
chilling.
like I just want to like, bro. I could just steal his 4 gold Ultra Balls right now. He would never know.
I would definitely know. You're the only person. Like I don't know of any people other than you and like my girlfriend and occasionally like some of my friends. I don't have people over very often. I would know you still.
It was Rowan.
Rowan is across the country, a 7-hour flight from here.
Yeah, it's worth. If she flies 7 hours, comes gets your Ultra Balls and leaves, that like quadruple pays for the flight.
No one has a key to my place except my landlord. So
Just break in, dude.
true.
Is your sliding glass door not always open?
No.
Oh yeah, I guess you're not stupid.
Why would I leave a door open to my house all the time?
No, I mean like unlocked.
What? No. That's insane.
Okay, bye.
See you guys. Peace.